Morning, everybody. I'm back, and I'm taking a request from one of my subscribers who asked for, a few people actually asked for, a closer look at the Swashbuckler, which is a fighter and a rogue mixed together. So what I've done is I've set up a situation where I'm going to be facing off one-on-one with my Swashbuckler, who we'll take a look at briefly here, against a Skulking Terror, which is a high-level barbarian class creature. Specifically, this is a Mage Slayer subclass. I did try and one-on-one with a wizard at one point with this guy, and it did not go well because his spells were resisted and they would reflect back, and it was very, very painful to watch. So this should go a lot differently with a guy who doesn't rely on magic. Now, what do we got? Well, we've got a level 7 character who is a fighter devoted to sabers, and a rogue who is an assassin, so he will do additional backstab damage with like a higher penetration value, I believe, to his attacks. And actually, can I look at his specific abilities? He takes extra damage from being an assassin. Like all rogues, he does extra damage to guys who are nearby. Actually, I think this is specifically when he's coming. I think this is a skill I took. I think this is a passive where he does extra damage against guys when he's coming out of stealth or invisibility. Sneak attack. Here we go. This is what all rogues have: damage against guys who are flanked and have body or mind afflictions. Intelligence, perception, resolve, or constitution, might, or dexterity, which is basically any affliction at all. Like if they're hobbled, flanked, confused, whatever, like it doesn't matter. Like basically anything, the rogue does extra damage. And then he's got some other abilities here like constant recovery, so he's going to heal a little bit every turn because of fighters. He's got devoted because he picked devoted. He's extra penetration +2 with whatever his chosen weapon is, and I believe additional crit damage as well. He can knock guys down. He can adopt one of 3 stances. He's got tactical barrage, which I think he's going to pop right here. The AI is going to use tactical barrage. Gives concentration, so that's a one-time shield against interruption. He gets aware, +5 perception, which is an extra +5 accuracy, and converts half of his grazes into regular hits. Because of upgraded tactical barrage, it gets him acute, which is +5 intellect, which is more duration for his crippling strike, his knockdown, his smoke veil, and +1 all power levels, which just makes all of his skills across the board a little more powerful, a little longer lasting, a little harder to resist. So we're going to just pop in here. I'm going to move these guys out. I turn their AI off, so they'll stand over here and not interfere. As soon as I unpause the game, he's going to do his tactical barrage instantly, because the casting time is instant on this. He's going to have that buff for 16 seconds. So that's pretty good. And while he's got it, he's going to have a lot of stat boosts. Here we go. Okay, so what happened? So this guy here, he activated Frenzy. So he's tenacious and hardy and quick, because he actually, oh, you know what? I didn't notice this before. This guy is not just a Mage Slayer, he's also a monk, because he did Swift Fury and Combat Frenzy. So he's attacking quick, he's tenacious, and he's hardy. Now, I can't flank him, obviously, because I'm by myself. But what I can do is Crippling Strike, which I upgraded to Debilitating Strike, which hobbles, which that alone, hobbling -5 dexterity and can't run, is pretty good, because it's going to make him move less frequently. Hobbled will. However, you'll notice he's got Quick, which is a dexterity ability. So I think what's going to end up happening is he won't become hobbled, he will lose Quick instead. He will become distracted, which is a reduction in his accuracy. -5 perception is -5 accuracy, or -5 chance to hit. And he will also be flanked for 21 seconds. So let's do that right away. It's very important we get this debuff on him so that we can have the rest of our rogue passives all trigger. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, he just about... Barbaric blow. Oh, wow. I was really, really close to getting this off. One thing that's really important about rogues that they've changed, every single rogue ability now interrupts on hit. So if I had been just a little faster on the draw, I could have stopped that barbaric blow by interrupting it. Instead, I'm taking 70 damage, so we're going to pop a potion here real quick. Okay, let's try this again. He's hitting pretty hard. Alright, so that was good. We got him. He did become hobbled. And disoriented. And flanked. He's weak to perception afflictions. That's interesting. That's why he's disoriented now. When you're weak to something... I can't remember if I've ever explained this in previous videos, but the way afflictions and debilitations and inspirations work is there's a tier to them. So when I say I gain aware and acute, that's a level 1 intellect inspiration. Actually, acute might be a level 2. I don't really know for sure. And then aware is like a level 1 perception inspiration. Well, the opposites would be something like being hobbled, which is a level 1 dexterity debuff. So that, if you are resistant to dexterity, debuffs, then when you become hobbled, it downgrades to nothing. You're not anything. You're totally fine. If you are weak against something, you actually get the level 2 version of it, which might be paralyzed or something like that. Okay, so now he's hurt. Let's keep hitting him. So now I just lost acute, aware, and concentration. That's because this just wore off. So let's trigger that again because I want that up on me all the time. Let's take a look at that hit. I hit him with my 57 accuracy. It was a little higher at the time because I had that buff on me, making me +5 perception. So 26 damage. I did 30% or 50% more because of sneak attack, which worked because the guy was flanked. And I'm well over his armor. His armor is normally 9 thanks to his hardy, but it's -1 from being flanked, which I don't think I ever knew that flanking actually reduces armor. That's kind of good to know. So his 8 is less than my penetration of 11, which is only again so high because of my character being a devoted and having very good savers. Okay. Alright, he's got 14 more seconds left on debilitating strike. I'm going to become invisible? No, I'm not. I don't want to do that. If I become invisible, he'll run off and fight my other characters. Let's just keep at him. We're doing real good damage. Oh, look, see this aware right here? This was actually a graze, and then it was upgraded into a normal hit because of the aware buff. Oh, I knocked him down. Am I not? So I'm currently tactical barraging for the next 7 seconds, and my character's decided to refresh it. I don't want to do that. Not yet. Actually, I might want to change to a warrior stance, which gives me more deflection, which will make it harder for him to hit me. Cleaving stance is great, but it's not useful when you're fighting one-on-one. It has a chance to deal damage to other enemies nearby when you kill something. Alright, I'm low on health, partly because constant recovery is it's doing its job. Oh! That was a good hit. 44 damage with a crit. So that is what the Swashbuckler brings to the table. Oh, he's a little hurt. No, he's fine now. The Swashbuckler, I could have done I have grenades. I could have used, if I wanted to open the fight up, I'm a big fan of this spark crackers. It just distracts guys for 18 seconds. It's a great way to open a fight for a rogue. So that is just a really quick look at Swashbucklers. Let me let's see here. give party XP, I don't know, 10,000. Let's just look at his tree real quick, and I'll show you what he can pick up as he levels up. So here's the tree. Again, this has been brought up in the forums too. I wish there was a way to look at this tree whenever you want, rather than only when you level up. But for some reason, that's not quite a thing yet. They are looking into it for release, so hopefully they can. Also notice, because he's a multi-class character, there's a padlock icon down here. You will never hit power level 8 and 9 if you're multi-class. 7 is the highest you'll ever get, which means power level 7 variance of all of your skills is the highest power level you'll get, in addition to the highest level of access you get for any of your abilities. That may seem like a drawback, and it is. That's a dumb statement. Of course it's a drawback. It may seem like a drawback because it's totally a drawback. It may seem crippling. It's not, because of the synergy between the two classes. I feel like Swashbuckler as a rogue and as a fighter combined together really offset one another's very few weaknesses and becomes like a super character. But now I leveled up here, and so we can take a look at Finishing Blow. Again, it interrupts on hit like all their abilities do. Strike the Bell interrupts even on a graze. So I'll pick something here real quick just to have some more options. But that's kind of just a quick look at the Swashbuckler. So thanks for watching. And if you have any other questions or want to see a specific class, I'll do the same setup I did here, and we'll take a look at another class. Thanks again.